What if I told you that the story of the United States over the next 100 years won't be a straight line? That the world's most influential nation is entering a century filled with miracles and storms? That America will rise higher than ever before, and also face challenges unlike anything in its history? This is not a prediction meant to scare you, and it's not a fantasy meant to comfort you. This is what might really happen to the United States over the next 100 years. So take a breath, relax your shoulders, and let's step into the future together. When people talk about America's future, they often jump to extremes. Some say the country will collapse. Others believe it will dominate the world forever. The truth is far more complicated and far more human. The United States is a place where hope and struggle constantly collide, a place where the impossible becomes normal, and where the normal can suddenly fall apart. Over the next century, America will face moments that feel terrifying and moments that feel almost miraculous. The only way to understand the future is to accept that it will be both inspiring and uncomfortable, uplifting and unsettling. And that's exactly what this prophecy reveals. The 2030s will feel like standing at the edge of a cliff, not because America will fall, but because it will need to decide whether it climbs higher or slips downward. Population shifts accelerate. The silent generation disappears. Millennials take full control of politics. AI reshapes every industry. The global order becomes less stable. Some cities grow rapidly. Others decline faster than expected. And yet, despite the pressure, something deeply American begins to reawaken. Innovation. The same energy that built Silicon Valley. The same spirit that pushed humans to the moon. The same belief that there is always a way forward. In this decade, America doesn't collapse. It transforms. It becomes more chaotic on the surface, but more inventive underneath. A storm with sparks of light inside it. By the 2040s, critics around the world expect the United States to be fading. But something surprising happens. A new wave of optimism appears. It starts small, from new industries, new communities, new technologies that feel like science fiction. Biotechnology gives millions a second chance at health. Clean energy becomes cheaper than anyone predicted. New megacities rise in places nobody expected. America begins to rediscover itself. People from around the world move toward the U.S. again. Not because it's perfect, but because it still offers something rare. The possibility to reinvent your life. That possibility becomes the foundation of a new American revival. It's not loud. It's not dramatic. It's slow, steady, and powerful, like a heartbeat coming back after a long sleep. The 2050s will be the decade historians talk about the most, because this is the moment when everything America has built, the good and the bad, comes to a crossroads. The population reaches around 400 million. Climate challenges intensify. Automation reshapes work. Cities evolve into giant economic ecosystem hubs. For the first time in decades, Americans face a collective question. What kind of country do we want to be? And the answer will not come easily. There will be political conflict, cultural anxiety, and moments where it feels like the country has reached its breaking point. But here's the twist. This tension becomes the catalyst for a national reinvention. America has always rebuilt itself under pressure, after the Civil War, after the Great Depression, after World War II, after 9/11. The 2050s become the next chapter in that pattern. Not a collapse, a transformation born through fire. By the 2060s, the United States faces rivals that are stronger than at any point in its history. Not enemies, rivals. China, India, the African Union, perhaps new alliances we cannot yet imagine. The world is multipolar now. But contrary to the predictions of earlier decades, America does not disappear. It adapts. It becomes less focused on controlling the world and more focused on collaborating with it. The U.S. shifts from global policeman to global coordinator, from dominance to strategic influence. Its strength doesn't come from being the biggest. It comes from being the most flexible, a nation that bends but does not break. Something beautiful happens in the 2070s. Young Americans, the grandchildren of today's teenagers, grow up without the political baggage of earlier generations. They don't care about old ideological fights. They care about solutions. They build communities that are more connected, more digital, and yet more human than anything before. Entire cities are redesigned from scratch. Energy becomes nearly invisible. clean, abundant, and cheap. Medicine extends life in ways that feel like science fiction. This is America's second golden age, not because everything is perfect, but because the country finally aligns its values with its reality. A new American identity forms, less divided, more pragmatic, more forward-looking. But the prophecy also carries a warning. The 2080s bring a challenge that America cannot ignore. A global climate migration event displaces tens of millions worldwide, and the United States must decide how open or how closed it wants to be. This decision creates tension, fear, and conflict. Some people want America to remain a beacon. Others want the country to protect itself. This decade becomes the most emotionally difficult moment of the century. But ultimately, the U.S. chooses a middle path: controlled openness, balanced humanitarian support, and long-term economic strategy. Not everyone is satisfied, but this choice prevents chaos and preserves stability. The 2020s will feel like sunrise after a long night. The United States becomes more unified than it has been for a century. Old divisions fade as new generations take leadership roles. Technological breakthroughs unlock abundance, longer lifespans, cleaner cities, near-zero poverty. Creativity explodes. Art, music, philosophy, they become central once again. People rediscover meaning, and America becomes known not for its power, but for its culture, its ideas, its influence on imagination. The country stops trying to lead the world through force and starts leading through inspiration. By 2125, 100 years from today, the United States will look nothing like it does now, and yet its core identity will remain. Here's the final prophecy: America will not collapse. America will not dominate. America will evolve. It will become a nation of 500+ million people, a world leader in technology, medicine, and culture, a stabilizing force, not an empire, not a superpower in the old sense, but a mature, adaptive, resilient civilization. Some parts of the country will be unrecognizable. Others will feel timeless. The United States will be shaped by waves of pressure and waves of hope, just like today. But ultimately, the story of America's next 100 years will be a story of endurance, a story of growth born from difficulty, a story of a nation that rises, falls, and rises again, a story that, despite everything, continues. If you felt both hope and fear while listening to this prophecy, that means you understood it. Because the truth about America's future is not black or white. It's every shade in between. The next 100 years will be challenging, but they will also be extraordinary. And the country that emerges will be stronger, wiser, and more human than the one we know today. If you enjoyed this journey into the future, hit like, subscribe to the channel for more deep predictions, and share your thoughts in the comments. What do you think America will look like in 2125? Let's explore the future together.